And welcome back to another episode of Timeless Personal Growth and Development. Let's jump right into it. Talking about work environments, toxic work environments, and how to avoid them, how to navigate them, and why we get into them. Because they're everywhere. For me, I've experienced good work environments and I've experienced toxic work environments. And toxicity is everywhere these days. Everywhere. And you can think of yourself as a toxic person or think of yourself as a non-toxic person. A lot of the time, the people that think of themselves as not toxic are pretty toxic. The not toxic people aren't exactly aware that they are being toxic. And it takes someone with a lot of insight, a lot of self-reflection to realize, hey, man, I'm being super toxic right now. I'm not being the best person to be around. And it's tough. And it's hard. And toxic work environments, it's just sometimes it's just the culture. It's just the culture of people. You know, you can walk into work environments and I've experienced this before where, you know, we would like to walk into a work environment, a new work environment, you're starting a new job, and everyone's friendly and welcoming and helping you out and showing you the ropes of the new job, and everyone's super friendly to you and super open. And there's a lot of work environments that aren't like that. That you walk in as the new guy, you walk in as the new employee, and people don't really want to know anything from you. Like, people aren't exactly super helpful, super friendly, and the attitude is basically, well, learn the job as you go along. You'll figure it out. Which is not really helpful. And to support of the team and start of the objective, the goal of the company, the goal of whatever work environment that you're in, it's not super helpful, you know? And people don't like the idea of working with new people that they don't know, and I get that. I totally understand that. But if you work in an environment where there's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of complaining, there's a lot of gossiping and talking behind people's backs, and you walk around a little bit not knowing who to talk to, not knowing who to trust, not knowing who you can divulge personal information towards. And yeah, I've been in work environments where I needed to learn to keep my cards close to my chest and not divulge anything to people. You know, I really need to be selective of the people that I trust and the people that you talk to at work. And just look, my attitude and my principles at work is basically, you're there to work. You're not there to make personal relationships. You can be friendly and talk and, you know, give information about yourself from a personal standpoint is fine, but don't go too far with it. You know? You got people in your life, you have friends in your life that you can trust and you can talk to, employees and people that you work with. Keep a little bit of a barrier. Keep a little bit of a wall sometimes. And don't divulge too much information because, you know, do you really have a personal relationship with these people that you do you hang out with them outside of work? Then no, then you shouldn't have a personal relationship with them either. These are the people that you see at work. Keep it professional. How do you avoid any kind of toxicity? How do you avoid any kind of gossiping or complaining and stuff like that? Don't make yourself available to it. If you know, then if you're very aware that that's affecting your state of mind, that's affecting your quality of life, and coming into work every day and just hearing the same problems, the same complaining, the same back talking over and over and over again, and you just look around and you're just like, I don't know who to trust in this goddamn place. Don't. The best thing you can do for yourself is do your job. You know what your job is? Do it. To the best of your ability. And when you're done, get out. I'm not there to... Don't make too much time to socialize, to talk, to complain about your life. You're not there. That's not what you're there for. You're there to work, get the job done to the best of your ability, to make sure the employer and your colleagues see that you are someone of value to the company, value to the organization. Great, awesome. And go about your day. And I've noticed this. I don't know if you noticed this too, that when you work in a new job, I've noticed that people don't really always value you based on the kind of person that you are. It's based on your work performance. Once you've proven yourself as an employee and a hard worker and competent at whatever job you're doing and being an asset to your colleagues, then they care about you. Then they take a personal interest of who you are on a personal level. And I've noticed that. I noticed that when people aren't competent at their job, or aren't provide value at work, or they're not a great worker, they're not a good employee, they're lazy, they're incompetent, or whatever, the other people working there, they don't give a shit who you are as a person because you haven't proven yourself professionally. Not saying that all, workplaces are like this, but I've noticed in certain workplaces, I've noticed the more skillful and competent and more of a good employee that you are, then people take a vast interest in who you are as a person. Interesting. But that's, when you're not competent and you don't provide any value, that's when the gossip starts. That's when the complaining starts. And instead of actually helping you out, especially actually lifting you up and realizing, this person may need a little bit of help. He's now not performing at a really high level. Maybe I can go over and give him a helping hand. So a lot of places aren't like that. They won't come over and help you out. They'll just complain. And they'll talk behind your back. I'm like, this person is terrible at his job. Well, instead of complaining about it, go over and help them out. And as I notice, a lot of work environments is like, people aren't very helpful in that regard. And it makes the toxic work environment worse because they don't care about lifting their teammates up, their employees up. It's weird. And it just makes things worse as time goes on, where that person will not take any kind of interest in you as a human unless you've proven yourself on a professional standpoint. I find this interesting because I've been on the other side of it when I was younger. Maybe you're not great at your job, maybe you're new and getting into the workforce, maybe a little bit on the lazy side, and people will judge you automatically. Have no intent, they'll just cast you out and they won't care of you as a person. Like, oh, well, he's a crappy employee. That's all that matters. So if you're someone that gets stuck in this toxic environment, it's affecting your state of mind, shut yourself out, detach, don't make yourself available to that, and go about your job. If you know it's something that you need to get out of, make an escape plan. Don't just impulsively quit your job, because that's not smart, but know that you need to get out. And when you're not at work, research, look around, plan your escape plan, and then once it's time to execute that plan, execute the plan. And that's it. On that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you like this video, subscribe, Timeless Personal Growth and Development, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.